They do not want his death to be in vain.
The attorney for the family of a dead teenager undertaking a new legal battle against the Lee County Sheriff's deputy who struck and killed him. Plus,
he operates by intimidation instead of respect in management.
A former mayor of Fort Myers warning the city manager's actions could cost more of your tax dollars in unnecessary lawsuits. But first, a look at live Doppler radar for you right now, showing some rain in parts of southwest Florida. And if you're not already feeling it already, you could be next. Hi there, I'm Patrick Nolan, along with Storm Patrol meteorologist Michelle Cunningham with a look at what's happening right now. Looks like a lot.
It does look like a lot. Now, a lot of it's very light rain that's moving across the area, although we have seen some moderate showers, and people in Clewiston are looking at some heavy downpours right now. A lot of energy, a lot of low-level moisture out in the Gulf of Mexico, continuing to move ashore across southwest Florida. Bonita Springs has been seeing some of the heavier downpours, San Carlos Park as well, and we're continuing to watch now an area of moderate to heavy rainfall moving in across Sanibel Island, so the Lee Island coast about to get some heavier downpours across the area. Cloudy weather going to continue. We're looking at some Lehigh Acres picking up some heavy rains. And again, really just off the coast of Sanibel, that's where we're starting to see more of that moderate rainfall. It's going to continue to move across our area tonight and into tomorrow. And these rainfall totals have been increasing over the last 3 hours, particularly on the west coast of Florida. The east coast has seen quite a bit of rainfall over the last couple of days. So we're going to continue with spotty showers tonight. We'll talk about tomorrow's forecast coming up.
Anytime you see weather happening in your neck of the woods, please take a picture, record a little video, and send us so we can mention you on the air. Send a Storm Patrol at Fox 4 Now. We are following breaking news for you right now. Tonight, all northbound lanes of 75 are closed right at exit 143 rather. This is the Bayshore Road exit because of a wreck there. Florida Highway Patrol says traffic is being rerouted through a construction zone, so there's definitely some congestion there. No word on how many vehicles might be involved or what kind of injuries there are. We'll bring you any new information as we confirm it for you.
Got away with murder. It's just plain and simple.
A family deeply disappointed tonight after finding out the wife of their loved one will not be prosecuted for killing him. The state attorney's office deciding not to charge Anita Borcher for killing her new husband, Gary Helms, at their home in Lehigh Acres 3 days before Valentine's Day. Investigators say Borcher was acting in self-defense. 4 No Corner investigator Katie Jones at the Lee Sheriff's Office tonight, finding out more about the case that's left the dead man's family with a lot of unanswered questions.
Patrick, Anita Borcher's family tells me she acted in self-defense when she stabbed her husband to death. The Lee County Sheriff's and State Attorney's Office also say it was justified, but Helms's family says otherwise. A family overcome with grief, still in disbelief that their beloved Gary is gone. Last February, he was stabbed in the chest and killed by his wife, Anita Borcher, in what authorities say was an act of self-defense. His brother Richard telling me by phone he isn't buying it.
I've got all the texts from her, how good Gary was to her, how he cooked for her, waited on her hand and foot, right up to maybe 2 days before she killed him.
An investigation by the state attorney's office and the Lee County Sheriff's Office's Major Crimes Unit states that Borcher was in fear for her life that night, that Helms was in a rage and she had no other choice than to use deadly force. Richard Helms admits Gary did have a temper, but says he would never be physical.
Would Gary ever intentionally hurt her?
No.
Helms's family says the two met online. Borcher drove to Alabama and brought Gary back to Florida, and they got married. The couple shared this home in Lehigh Acres. Helms's family says right off the bat they had a bad feeling about their relationship.
Everything she's talked to us about, stabbing her exes, shooting her exes and stuff like this. And even here, before she left, she talked about that she would shoot Gary or something if she had to.
And while the case is now closed, the Helms family says they're still left searching for answers.
I beg and pray every night to God that somehow, some way, that somebody will open their eyes and see her for what she's done, see her for what she's done to her other people. Justice was not served in this family.
Now, we are still waiting on a report from the state attorney's office that should reveal exactly how they found Borcher acted in self-defense. Reporting in Lee County tonight, Katie Jones, Fox 4 in your corner.
Thank you, Katie. New surveillance pictures just released tonight showing the man who robbed a Lehigh Acres cell phone store at gunpoint yesterday morning. Deputies wanting you to take a really close look at the guy in these images. They say he walked into the Metro PCS store yesterday, pulled out a gun, and stole cash along with 11 brand new cell phones. Deputies say he looks to be about 5'10". If you have any clue on who he is, you can call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-780-TIPS. A Fort Myers neighborhood on high alert tonight as police continue to investigate a home invasion. It happened this afternoon at a home on Ballard Road, not far from Jane Stevens International Academy. That's part of the Lee County School District. Multiple suspects rushing into this home before taking off. No word yet on what, if anything, might have been stolen. Officers say no one was hurt. If you have any information that can help solve this case, you don't have to give your name. You could get a reward, again, when you call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-780-TIPS. A Cape Coral family whose teenage son was killed by a Lee County Sheriff's deputy as he rode his bike is now suing the deputy and his employer, the Lee County Sheriff's Office. In August, 15-year-old Austin Duquette was hit by Deputy Douglas Hood while he was riding his bike to school on Kismet Parkway. He died from his injuries days later. Deputy Hood was cleared of all criminal charges for being behind the wheel, but the civil case against him has now been set into motion by Austin's family. Fox 4's Sarah Belsol getting the family's attorney on the phone tonight as she takes you back to the scene of the crash.
This white bike sits on Kismet Parkway, flowers on the handlebars, a band T-shirt spread along the back tire, all just feet away from where 15-year-old Austin Duquette was killed last August. He was riding his bike to Mariner High School when Lee County Sheriff's Deputy Douglas Hood struck and killed him. Hood was originally cited for careless driving, but the charge was changed to failure to stay in a lane. In March, a judge found him not guilty. But now Austin's mom is filing this wrongful death lawsuit against Deputy Hood and the Sheriff's Office. I spoke on the phone with Randall Spivey, Austin's family's attorney.
They do not want his death to be in vain. They want this case and this lawsuit to raise awareness for bicycle safety so that cars share the roads with bikes and children.
The suit seeks damages in excess of $15,000 and alleges Deputy Hood was speeding, left his lane, and intentionally looked at his laptop while driving. Spivey says the not guilty verdict in the criminal case will not have any impact on the civil case.
That burden of proof would be beyond a reasonable doubt, whereas in the civil case, the standard of proof is the greater weight of the evidence, a totally different standard.
He says he will also be able to introduce new evidence in civil court, like that Deputy Hood reportedly made statements he was looking at his computer at the time of the crash, and that Austin's bike may have had reflectors on it. Sarah Belsol, Fox 4, in your corner.
Now, the Sheriff's Office says it does not comment on pending lawsuits. Deputy Hood is on active duty with the Sheriff's Office. You can let us know what you think about Austin's family filing a wrongful death lawsuit against the deputy in the Sheriff's Office right now. 239-206 Fox 4 News at Fox 4 Now. A really close call for a Naples police officer after he was hit by a suspected drunk driver early this morning. The department says Officer Ryan Harp was conducting a routine traffic stop right along Goodlet Frank Road when the driver rammed into the back of his patrol car. Harp has been released from the hospital with minor injuries to his arm. The driver of the car that rammed into the police car was brought to the hospital for his injuries. Charges are pending, and the driver of the car that was originally pulled over was fortunately not hurt. Changes could be coming to your neighborhood now that a controversial trash contract got the okay from Lee County commissioners. Commissioners approving a 7-year, $65 million contract to pick up trash in the east part of the county. The plan is met with a little bit of concern. It's going to use bigger bins and automated trucks, and some people consider the plan outright dangerous because the bins might be too large for some people to manage. The company behind the plan saying it will address that by giving you the option to get a smaller trash can. We are now just hours away from Florida's most valuable natural resource, getting a visit from President Obama. President Obama will be landing in Miami tomorrow around 1 o'clock. Then by 4 o'clock, he should be at the Everglades National Park in Homestead, where he'll address the challenges of climate change as part of an Earth Day celebration. He says, quote, "There's no greater threat to our planet than climate change." He also says rising sea levels are putting Florida's tourism industry at risk. Governor Rick Scott will not be in attendance when the president gives his speech on climate change in Florida tomorrow. The governor has been openly skeptical of the concept of climate change. Last month, allegations surfaced publicly that Scott had banned his employees and contractors from even using terms like climate change and global warming. The penalty phase of the trial for the Boston Marathon bomber getting off to a heartbreaking start today. Survivors and family members of those who died describing the horror of the attack. Prosecutors showing the jury a picture of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev giving the finger to the surveillance camera in his jail cell. They call him unconcerned, unrepentant, and unchanged. The jury must decide whether Tsarnaev should be executed or given a life sentence. A former mayor of Fort Myers raising red flags about the current city manager.
He operates by intimidation instead of respect in management.
And he's not alone in his concerns about the city manager. Fox 4 looking into what's happening at City Hall. Plus, a Florida college student tased and tossed in jail. What led to this wild confrontation on campus? But first, people in Immokalee weighing in on the fate of a hometown football star now in jail. Next.
Live from Southwest Florida's news source, News with Patrick Nolan, Amy Wegman, and your Storm Patrol weather forecast with Jim Saunders. Winner of the Emmy for Best Newscast. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10. The only station, the only news team. Only one newscast good enough to be considered the best. Emmy winner for Best Newscast in Florida. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10. Your community.
Come on down and join us.
Your stories.
The mystery intensified in the days and weeks.
Your news anchor. Fox 4's Patrick Nolan. Once again voted Southwest Florida's favorite local news anchor.
Hey, Dad, can you open the moonroof?
Sure.
Oh, look at that thing. You know, I used to share a bedroom with 9 siblings and 3 dogs. We used to take turns looking out of one window. I only saw the moon 3 times before my 16th birthday.
That's awful.
It is awful, and it's also not true.
You know what's awful? Your driving's awful.
BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in now to the BMW Sports Activity Sales Event for exceptional offers.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
You're ready to move?
Stop dreaming. It's time for the Volkswagen Stop Dreaming, Start Driving event. Get a $1,000 Volkswagen credit bonus. Hurry in during the final days of the Volkswagen Stop Dreaming, Start Driving event, and you can lease a 2015 Passat S for just $169 a month, including a $1,000 Volkswagen credit bonus. Don't wait. Offers end April 30th.
My current financial situation, it's okay. It could be better. I have student loans that I'm working to pay off. I feel like it's the biggest burden on me at this point. Going to Regions Bank is very important for me because I get to sit down face-to-face with people and they will educate me about my financial situation. I think Regions does a great job of guiding you to where you need to be. I'm ready to take my next step.
This is what you might find at their new car sale. And this is what you'll find at AutoNation. When it comes to sale prices, we don't clown around.
The AutoNation Savings Event has been extended. Get a new 2015 Toyota Camry, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2015 Corolla LE for $159 a month. Who you gonna call? AutoNation! AutoNation Toyota Fort Myers on Colonial and Fowler.
The fact is, most people paid less at AutoNation.
Patrick Nolan and Amy Wegman, weeknights on Fox 4 News at 6, 10, and 11.
Here's a time-lapse from our zoomed-hand sky cam. This from the marina at Cape Harbor today, and we just saw those clouds keep on streaming in across southwest Florida. We didn't see too much rain across Lee County until just about an hour and a half ago, and then it finally started to make its way in from the Gulf of Mexico. Page Field officially got about 6/10 of an inch of rain today, and we saw some spotty shower activity in portions of Collier County and really Charlotte County, picking up very little so far. We're using the power of all 4 of our Doppler solar radars, and you can see finally that big glob of rain that was out in the Gulf of Mexico for a couple hours is finally streaming in and making its way across southwest Florida. So we'll zoom in a little bit more closely, and most of this is fairly light rainfall, but we have seen a couple little more moderate showers now making their way across Lee Island coast and into Clewiston. This one producing just a couple strikes of lightning. No big storms out there just because the air is so saturated and because it's nighttime, so there's not that energy from the heating of the day in the atmosphere still. And this is the kind of rain we really could use. We could use a gentle soaking rain that moves in overnight. It kind of gets absorbed. So this is going to be good for everybody's lawn tonight. We'll zoom in a little bit more closely and show you again Lee Island coast getting ready to get not just some light rain but some moderate rainfall in these green and orange areas. Mark Weiland, you've done a decent job today of picking up some rainfall, and Bonita Springs, San Carlos Park area have also seen a fair share of rain this afternoon and into the evening hours. We saw a couple downpours in Lehigh Acres as well, starting to see some lighter rain. But again, more moderate rainfall going to continue to move from the west toward the east over the next several hours. Here's a 24-hour rainfall, and we've seen just in the last hour or so it really start to pick up, maybe 0.2 of an inch of rain across the Lee Island coast and portions of Collier County. Temperatures, well, it's muggy outside. If you haven't been outside in the last couple of hours, a lot of cloud cover out there is going to mean that the heating of the day is going to be very slow to escape. So mild, muggy temperatures overnight tonight. Will drop down a couple more degrees. We have a stationary cold front that's continuing to just kind of sag across the peninsula. Upper level winds, mid-level winds are coming in from the west. So here's the model forecast, and I'm not really agreeing with this too much. We've seen a lot more action on the east coast of Florida. That's what the models are saying. I think we could see some light to moderate rainfall, and anytime we have winds coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, as we will tomorrow, we are going to continue to see showers kind of popping up and then moving onshore. The models indicate, and this has gotten stronger and stronger each model run, that we're going to see some more action on Thursday. So this is kind of a new feature. We're going to continue to watch this, but just keep in mind over the next couple of days with that stationary front in place, it's going to be a little bit of an unsettled weather pattern. So you can be sure to be ready for a sprinkle almost any time. I don't expect any big thunderstorms out there. Going to be mild tomorrow, 86 to 89 degrees for our inland communities. We're looking at a mix of clouds and sun with some scattered rain and maybe a few isolated thunderstorms, but again, not too much lightning out there over the next couple of days. For the boaters, well, we're looking at northeasterly winds about 10 to 15 knots, seas running 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop on the bay and inland water. So unsettled until we can kind of kick that stationary front out of here. Looks like rain chances over the next couple of days are going down a little bit. We'll see some more sunshine in the forecast on Saturday and Sunday. And if you are fishing over the next couple of days, our SS Hookers fishing forecast, tarpon are widespread. In Boca Grande, you can find 4-inch greenies, snapper, whiting, and trout are plentiful in the passes. And that is your forecast.
Thank you, Michelle. From the pride of his hometown to living under a cloud of suspicion in jail tonight, people in the tight-knit community of Immokalee weighing in on the arrest of J.C. Jackson, who went from the football field at Immokalee High to the legendary football program at the University of Florida. He was recently busted in Gainesville in connection with an armed robbery there. For New Corner, Sabina Bassine in Collier County, showing you what some of the folks back home are saying tonight.
No lights shine brighter than those on Friday night at Immokalee High School. So when one of its star players was arrested after earning a scholarship to play at University of Florida, it's left the entire community that adores football asking what happened.
He was a star. He shined naturally, definitely.
A star with a mar on his track record. It began with a plan to hang out.
J.C. Jackson, a member of the University of Florida football team, had contacted one of the victims about coming over to hang out and smoke cannabis.
But soon turned violent. Jackson, the red-shirt star football player, was allegedly a red-handed accomplice in an armed robbery at this Gainesville apartment complex. In the police report, Jackson introduced 2 others to the victim, who then held a gun to the victim's head and took cash and 2 gaming systems. A story shocking those who knew the respected athlete. Even as news of his acts off the field spread throughout the country, it's through his acts on the field you see behind me that affords him the continued support of his hometown community. His former coach, Rich Dombrowski, was shocked to see his star player's name not on a draft sheet, but in an arrest report.
He was by far the best athlete I've ever coached. I've been coaching over 18 years. There were kids that wanted to be like J.C. Jackson. I don't think anybody was expecting J.C. to get caught up in anything like this. I mean, I think the kid had a very bright future ahead of him.
Even with the 2 felony counts Jackson faces, former teammates like Jonathan Garza support him.
You know, Immaculee's here for him, you know, every day, all day, every day, 24/7. You know, I mean, it's shocking, but he'll bounce back from it. You know, I really truthfully believe that, and Immaculee does as well.
It's a sentiment shared by those who watched him play every Friday night.
We believe he is innocent. I do, at least.
Now, the 2 other men with Jackson at the time of the robbery have not yet been named. Jackson's in jail in Gainesville and has a bond of $150,000. In Naples, Sabina Basine, Fox 4 in your corner.
4 in your corner working on a special report for you. How would you like to have your own personal bodyguard the next time you feel like you're in danger? A guy who's come up with a cutting-edge app has a very personal reason for sharing his breakthrough with you.
I had a family member affected by sexual assaults.
And now he says his app has stopped at least 6 assaults from actually happening. Tomorrow night at 10, how you can turn your smartphone into your personal bodyguard, giving you a sense of security and peace of mind.
People have been using it when they're walking at night. A lot of people tell us that they feel safer having it.
And that's just one of the ones we're showing you. See the free app to protect your kids when they're away at college, or your parents and grandparents who might be living elsewhere. The apps that could save you and your loved ones. It's Thursday night. I said tomorrow night, but it's Thursday night on Fox 4 News at 10. Cape Coral Police with quite a tale to tell tonight. The neighborhood where they picked up this gator that's missing something very important. But first, your views on the fight over safety at these apartment complexes in Fort Myers. Next.
Fishing forecast sponsored by SS Hooker's Seafood Restaurant just before the Sanibel Toll.
At Fox 4 Rising, we know your morning's a rush. We're giving you what you need to plan your day when every second counts. Dodge those traffic delays with weather and traffic on the 4.
We're in your corner.
Fox 4 Rising, weekdays from 5 to 8 a.m.
Get award-winning savings and our lowest live market prices at Naples Mazda. Save on a new 2015 Mazda 3 ISV, $119 a month. And get an extra $500 trade assistance at NaplesHasIt.com.
NaplesHasIt.com.
Oh, this is nice. This is real nice.
Ay, sí, estamos descansando.
I don't care what language you're talking. I don't care. This is real nice, isn't it? What are you girls doing?
Resting.
Why?
Napping.
We got a sale going out. We're doing the same thing this month.
¿Qué?
Yeah, again. Here, what do you want? Want me to get you a vodka or something for this?
Actually,
we're gonna make you huge again. Absolutely huge.
While others go in circles and repeat themselves, we choose to carve our own path in the pursuit of exhilaration. The 306 horsepower Lexus GS. Experience the next level of performance, and there's no going back. Lease the 2015 GS 350F Sport with complimentary navigation system for these terms. See your Lexus dealer.
When we look for new ideas to make our floor plans even better, we ask the people who know what they want in a new home, our homeowners. So you won't find wasted space typically found in existing homes, but usable space in the rooms where everyone spends the most time. That's what we call life-tested. That's what we call a Pulte home. Join us for a grand opening celebration April 25th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Camden Square in Fort Myers and tour new models. Visit Pulte.com/Camden Square for details.
My name is Sandy and I live in Florida, and I am the proud owner of a brand new Elantra. I purchased my new car over a week ago and I am so happy. This car has America's best warranty, 10 years and 100,000 miles. Hyundai has America's best warranty.
Get an Elantra for 0% APR for 5.5 years or $3,250 in bonus cash, and get to your Southwest Florida Hyundai dealers.
Get award-winning savings and our lowest live market prices at Naples Mazda. Save on a new 2015 Mazda 3 ISV, $119 a month. And get an extra $500 trade assistance at NaplesHasIt.com.
NaplesHasIt.com.
This news segment is powered by Fifth Third Bank, feeding our communities with the Salvation Army. To feed local children, donate non-perishable food items at any Fifth Third Bank location.
We are sharing your views tonight on crime concerns at 2 apartment complexes in Fort Myers. Some companies are refusing to deliver food and other services to people at the Westwood and West Chase apartments on Metro Parkway, saying they're too dangerous. The owner of the property is not returning our calls on your behalf to get answers, and many of you are weighing in.
Management should be accountable for safety of the tenants and properties so that the tenants can get good service from all sorts of businesses and vendors.
Maybe the people that are in there will decide that they want to kick out the bad element and they can have a nice place to live. If not, let it be a slum hole. Who cares?
You can join the community conversation right now, 239-206 Fox 4 News at Fox 4 Now. A crazy scene caught on camera on the campus of a Florida college.
Don't move! Your stomach now!
What police body cam show happened before they used a taser on this student. Plus,
you're going to pay all of that when it's not necessary.
why a former Fort Myers mayor says the city should have listened to a warning he gave about your tax dollars. Next.
To get you answers.
Fox 4 triggering a special investigation.
It's who we are. It's what we do. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10.
It's the award season event at Naples Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. All new 2015 Ram 1500 crew cabs save $10,000 off list. Plus get an extra $500 trade assistance at NaplesHasIt.com.
NaplesHasIt.com. Eyeglass World asks, what do you look for when you buy glasses?
I like to mix it up, so I need bold styles, classic styles, and affordable prices. Having lots of choices and saving money is important. That's why I come to Eyeglass World.
Only Eyeglass World gives you 2 pairs for $78, so you can always afford more than 1 pair.
My glasses are part of my personal style. They're me.
Eyeglass World. Glasses that make the difference. Prices that make it possible.
So sexy. Even more beautiful in person. Such curves. Those legs. I love that fabric. That stitching is perfect.
The wood finish.
The Sofia Vergara Furniture Collection.
And Cindy Crawford Home.
2 great collections.
1 great store.
Only rooms to go. Hi, Mom. Hi, sweetie.
I'm in love.
¿Tiene novio?
Boyfriend?
It's a beautiful thing. Finally have enough space.
Por fin uno que la entiende.
He understands her, but they just met.
I'll send you a picture.
The new Toyota Corolla with the style and space you've been looking for.
Good taste.
Now get the 2015 Corolla LE with a $159 per month lease for 2 years. Toyota, let's go places.
Choosing from the $4 menu is not for the indecisive. Incredible values await. Behold the original double steak burger meal, the taco salad and chili cheese footlong meals, the garlic double steak burger meal.
What's that sound, Master?
Kung Fu elbow. Try it.
The $4 menu, where all meals are under $4 at Steak and Shake.
Who do you call when your dirty laundry is piling up somewhere other than social media? Or when your backup plan just isn't enough? Or when you're in the middle of a power struggle? Or when your wife is getting a little heated? The Modern Services Mod Squad, the same great service you've known for over 50 years, now has a new look. And once we fix your problem, so will you. The Modern Services Mod Squad. Modern on demand. Your first call for the final word in service.
It's the award season event at Naples Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. All new 2015 Ram 1500 crew cabs save $10,000 off list. Plus get an extra $500 trade assistance at NaplesHasIt.com.
NaplesHasIt.com.
Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Now, Southwest Florida's #1 primetime newscast, Fox 4 News at 10.
A look at live Doppler radar right now, continuing to show some rain in parts of southwest Florida. And if you're not feeling it yet, you might next. And thank you for choosing Fox 4 Storm Patrol coverage. I'm Patrick Nolan, along with meteorologist Michelle Cunningham, with a look at what's happening right now.
Patrick, we are getting the exact kind of rain that we need. We need some light rain that's going to continue to move on in here and really give us a good drenching because we have been so dry for so long. Page Field at about 6 o'clock this evening had already picked up about 0.6 of an inch of rain, and this is finally some rain that we are seeing moving across the area. Some moderate rainfall now moving across Sanibel Island. We had some moderate rainfall a little bit earlier. Bonita Springs, San Carlos Park, Marco Islands picked up a decent amount of rain, and we also had in Clewiston some heavy downpours, that thunderstorm just to the south of Clewiston right now. So we'll zoom in a little bit more closely, and you can see St. James City picking up some nice rainfall now as it continues to kind of move over the Sanibel Causeway and over Fort Myers Beach. We're going to continue to watch this for the next several hours, and just in the last couple of hours we have seen some additional rainfall across Lee County. Temperatures very muggy out there with all the rain, all of the moisture in the atmosphere. We are going to continue to watch this stationary front just kind of sag over us, and that means that over the next several days we're going to continue to feel an unsettled weather pattern. We'll let you know when the rain will come to an end coming up.
Thank you, Michelle. We're following breaking news in Cape Coral right now. We want to show you exactly where it's happening. Police confirming there is an investigation on Embers Parkway right near the intersection of Southwest 8th Place. Want to give you that address, and we're told it's because of an accident. The westbound lanes of Embers are closed right now, so we'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you any new information as we get it for you. We also want to catch up on some other breaking news we're following. We've got a live look at what's happening right now on I-75. All but one of the northbound lanes on 75 right near exit 143 back open after a crash on the highway. The crash happening around 9 o'clock, and it closed all the lanes at first. That was a mess. We also know that a Florida Fish and Wildlife alligator trapping truck was one of the vehicles involved in the crash. We're hoping there were no gators in there for any reason. You will see some of these flashing lights if you're in the area. Again, slow going in this part of 75 right near the Bayshore exit. Once again, a live look on Fox 4 News at 10, but at least one lane is open northbound. It's moving slowly, as you can see, so you should be able to get through, but keep it in mind if you're going to be on the road, and we'll keep you posted throughout the newscast.
When you settle cases and you lose lawsuits, that tells you that you could do something better.
A Fort Myers City Council member and a former mayor raising some questions about the most powerful person at City Hall. Seen here. Are the city manager's attitude and actions costing you money? These questions specifically being raised about a wrongful termination lawsuit involving the former director of Harborside Event Center in Fort Myers. 4 in Your Corner investigator Warren Wright digging into where your tax dollars are going.
When Rose Rundle took over as director of the Harborside Event Center years ago, she got props for transforming a sagging operation into a highly regarded city asset. So when city manager Billy Mitchell fired her, it surprised a number of community leaders, many of whom showed up at this recent council meeting to support her. Rundle filed a lawsuit for wrongful termination. Former Mayor Jim Humphrey warned council the city manager was leading them down the wrong path as they inched closer to an out-of-court settlement with her.
If you just listen to the city manager, then you're going to pay probably in the half, I said something like $400,000 to $600,000 or something like that. You're going to pay all of that when it's not necessary.
Turns out the former mayor's prediction was spot on. The city settled, paying Rundle $275,000. The council also had to pay another $132,000 in legal fees. The grand total, $402,000. One council member says that's all money that could have been much better used to serve you.
That's equivalent to 4 full-time police officers for 1 year with salary and benefits.
The councilman blames the city manager, Billy Mitchell, for not doing more to avoid a costly out-of-court settlement.
So there was time there where Mr. Mitchell or staff could have reached out to her and tried to say, look, you know, we could have done a better job, but here's what we'd like to talk with you about. But that didn't happen.
And the former mayor says what is happening at City Hall is not good. He tells me the city manager's approach may come back to haunt the city and taxpayers again.
From very reliable sources is that he operates by intimidation instead of respect in management.
Warren Wright, Fox 4, in your corner.
Warren reaching out, but the city manager declining to comment. Rose Rundle saying, quote, "I'm sorry that the taxpayers of the city of Fort Myers are ultimately the ones suffering for the misdoings of the city manager and city leadership. I hope that the city does not renew his contract and has learned a valuable lesson." What do you think about these claims that the city manager's actions are leading to unnecessary and costly lawsuits involving your tax dollars? And does he owe you a response? 239-206 Fox 4 News at Fox 4 Now. A calendar debate in Lee County being put on the back burner, at least for now. The school district's calendar committee meeting tonight to discuss the possibility of starting the school year a week earlier than normal on August 10th. However, the committee voting tonight to keep the calendar for the upcoming year the same.
We just felt it was best for all the stakeholders of the Lee County School District to stay with our current calendar and look into an earlier start date for the 16-17 school year.
Well, you can voice your view on whether the Lee County School District should start its year a week earlier than normal or stick with what it is as it is. 239-206 Fox 4 News at Fox 4 Now. Just one day after a standardized test was canceled for students in Lee and Collier counties, a lot of parents still want to know why it happened and if it might happen again. 4 in your corner's Tara Molina taking those questions right to the State Education Department.
Teachers and students in Collier County spend a lot of time preparing for standardized tests. So when they couldn't log on for yesterday's, they turned to Tallahassee.
They sat there. We contacted the state. The state said 15 more minutes. We should have it resolved. That turned into another 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. At the 2-hour mark, we canceled it. It's not fair to our students to have them sitting there that long and then take a high-stakes test.
So I got on the phone and called the State Education Department in Tallahassee to find out what your kids are in for the next time they log on for the FSA. Where do we go from here? I mean, this isn't the first time there's been a technical difficulty. What's being done to make sure this doesn't happen again? The State Education Department directed me to the company responsible for the online testing, American Institutes for Research, or AIR for short. So I contacted them. A spokesman responded to my questions with a statement, quote, "The problem stemmed from human error, and American Institutes for Research is reviewing its procedures in order to prevent future events of this kind. AIR takes full responsibility for this issue and apologizes for the disruptions created this morning." I also checked with the Lee County School District, and a spokeswoman tells me, quote, "It's important that parents contact the school if they have any questions about when their child is testing, as each school has its own schedule." Tara Molina, Fox 4 in your corner.
The State Education Commissioner has said she will hold the company accountable for the disruptions. What do you think the state should do, if anything, about these ongoing problems with the FSA? 239-206 Fox 4 News at Fox 4 Now. Cape Coral's finest going beyond the call of duty in the dark, rescuing this reptile. Check out these photos posted by the police department. This was early this morning on Northeast 7th Place. Officers spotting an injured gator crossing the street and quickly calling Florida Fish and Wildlife. They managed to safely remove the gator. This thing measuring 6 feet 7 inches, and officers say it would have been closer to 8 feet, but it was missing part of its tail. The U.S. Justice Department has now opened a federal investigation into the death of that man who died in police custody in Baltimore. The investigation will be carried out by the Department's Civil Rights Division. It'll look into any possible civil rights violations in the treatment of this man, Freddie Gray, who was arrested 9 days ago, and he was placed in a police transport van. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and about 30 minutes later, he died. Now, police described him as having a significant spinal injury. The mayor of Baltimore says a thorough investigation will be conducted.
We have to make sure that this investigation goes forward, that it's transparent, and that we actually have independent eyes to take a look at it, because it's too important not to get this right.
All 6 officers involved in the arrest have now been suspended. The investigation is ongoing at their level as well as the federal one. Hundreds of people now taken to the streets in Baltimore protesting this incident.
Until I figure out what's going on, you are being handcuffed. Do you understand me? No.
Body cam video from an officer at the University of Central Florida campus showing the difficult arrest of this student allegedly on LSD. Police called to check on the guy, and he became very uncooperative rather quickly. He was taken to the hospital for treatment and could be facing criminal charges. It may be time to try to talk to your boss into getting one of these. Yeah, a walking desk, a treadmill desk. Researchers finding that people on treadmill desks perform cognitive tasks nearly as well as those at sitting desks, despite the fact that they're walking. Now, they say walkers, however, showed slight decreases in processing speed, attention, and typing words per minute, but the overall drop wasn't very significant, and the health benefits from the treadmill seem to outweigh any loss in productivity. One of America's most famous comedians is losing her sight, the condition that she says is forcing her to go blind, and the controversial drug that she says is helping now. Animal waste not going to waste at this zoo, how it's being converted into fuel. One of Southwest Florida's most popular developments could be changing hands. Why Mercado might be having a new owner soon. Next.
Live from Southwest Florida's news source, News with Patrick Nolan, Amy Wegman, and your Storm Patrol weather forecast with Jim Science. Winner of the Emmy for Best Newscast. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
Guy Talk on the golf course. We relive our best shots, share tips, make wagers. But for Dr. Scheibel and Dr. Spadafora of St. Lucy's Eye Surgery Center, it's not Guy Talk, it's Eye Talk.
For that cataract patient, Joe, I'm considering using a multifocal lens implant.
I consider the crystal lens for the nighttime halo effect.
I'd have to laser that early, though.
You're going to have to laser that one early.
Hey, gentlemen, mind if we play through?
Eye surgery at St. Lucy's. Glaucoma, cataracts, and lens implants. It's all they do and all they talk about. St. Lucy's. See us, see better.
Hey, Billy Facilla, right here at Facilla Kia, the #1 Kia store. During the month of April, we're going to continue the process. Don't miss the opportunity. That's right. And I owe a lot of thanks to a lot of people out there. Every night before I go to bed, I say a prayer. I say a prayer because you people are so good to me, and I want to be good to you. Come in. I'm not out playing golf. I'm not out fishing like most of these car dealers. I'm here fighting with the banks to get you financed. In the month of April, a trip for two, $1,000 cash, chance to hit the basket. I want to make you, that's right, Southwest Florida, you.
So sexy. Even more beautiful in person. Such curves. Those legs. I love that fabric. That stitching is perfect.
The wood finish. The Sofia Vergara Furniture Collection.
And Cindy Crawford Home.
2 great collections.
1 great store.
Only rooms to go.
One award doesn't make you the best. 3 awards, well, that's a different story. The Audi A3. Experience the Spring of Audi sales event today and get exceptional values on the Audi you've always wanted.
Mullins Memorial Funeral Home and Cremation Service. Family owned and operated. Private on-site crematorium. Honoring all others' pre-arranged agreements. Serving all of Southwest Florida. Providing final care with dignity and affordability.
When Martin Cooper invented the mobile phone in 1973,
Hello? Yeah, this is Marty. Guess what we did?
connectivity took a mighty leap forward. Staying connected is also the Mazda way. That's why the 2015 Mazda 3 uses cutting-edge technology.
Hey. Hi. Headed home? On my way.
To keep you seamlessly connected to the world around you and the road beneath you. This is the 2015 Mazda 3. What do you drive?
Where do Florida ophthalmologists send their patients for surgery?
I send them to St. Lucy's.
How about optometrists?
I send them to St. Lucy's.
If you need eye surgery, why go anywhere else? The most advanced eye-only surgery center is right here in South Florida.
If your doctor's going to refer you for eye surgery, tell them to send you to St. Lucy's.
See us.
See better.
St. Lucy's Eye Surgery Center. See us, see better.
We continue to follow a developing story in Cape Coral, and we want to give you a live look at the scene right now. Police working an accident that has the westbound lanes of Embers Parkway shut down right now. This is right near the intersection of Southwest 8th Place. No word on whether there are any injuries in this crash, but once again giving you a live look at the scene on Embers Parkway in Cape Coral in the Northwest Cape right here on Fox 4 News at 10. You can see investigators there with flashlights looking for some kind of clues as they try to figure out exactly what happened here. We're trying to do the same. We're only going to share information that we confirm for you first, and we'll do it just as soon as we can. We'll keep you posted. It could be a sign of a strengthening economy in Southwest Florida. The owners of Mercado, which sits at the corner of 41 and Vanderbilt Beach Road, confirming the commercial portion of the property is on the market. 4 in your corners, Carl Fortier explains.
Anchored by large stores like Whole Foods and Nordstrom Rack, not to mention the 12-screen Silver Spot Cinema and numerous places to eat and drink, Mercado is well known as an upscale place for shopping and entertainment. And some say the fact that it's hitting the market is another sign Southwest Florida is pulling farther out of the recession.
It's a great time to sell. The market is recovering, it's growing. Residential is fueling the economy right now.
The mixed-use center is owned by Barron Collier Companies, Lutgard Companies, and Madison Marquette, who released this statement saying, "The property is currently being marketed for sale and we have received significant interest. Details are confidential and will be made public when and if a transaction is consummated." Dave Wallace with CRE Consultant says he doubts that any prospective buyers would be local.
You've got a trophy property at a price point that really allows somebody to come in and maybe do a one-off, establish a foothold in this market with a substantial base.
He says interested parties would most likely be institutional investors, for example, an insurance company. But the sale only includes Mercado's retail and office space, not the separately owned 90-plus residential condos.
The institutional buyer probably wouldn't have any interest in that at all. They're really focused on the commercial end of the business, which is the retail and office.
But the increase in the area's residential construction means more customers for anyone looking to buy this hot piece of real estate.
The current owners bought at a price point when we weren't in this emerging growth economy that we have right now.
Carl Fortier, Fox 4 in your corner.
Before you make your bid or call your realtor, your commercial one, Mercado has an estimated market value of close to $65 million. Bids for the property could more than double that price, though. One day after the Boston Marathon, more stories of how strong Boston really is. Defying all the odds, this Venezuelan man with muscular dystrophy taking his final steps across the finish line of the Boston Marathon. Happened around 5 o'clock this morning. Terrible weather, too. 20 hours after he started on Monday. The guy treated at a Boston hospital as a child, making it through all the obstacles to finish this year's race.
The rain, the distance, the cold, I mean, everything today was overcome because when we are a team, the human creativity, the human magic appears every time.
Beautiful story. This is the 5th marathon he's completed to raise funds for the MDA. The Detroit Zoo hoping it's found a new source of energy using animal excrement. The Detroit Zoological Society has built a new machine that can take up to 400 tons of animal poop and turn it into methane-rich gas. And you can help the cause as well. There's a crowdfunding campaign where you can donate to it. So far, the zoo says it's raised nearly $2,000. Its goal is to raise $55,000.
So glad we cut Patrick off with weather, so there were no comments after that story. We're looking live, the Zoom Tan Sky Cam from the Best Western waterfront in North Fort Myers, looking over the bridge toward downtown Fort Myers. And we're seeing some sprinkles out there. Finally, that rainfall moving in from the Gulf of Mexico tonight. We're using the power of all 4 of our Doppler radars for you. And it has been fairly busy, particularly just in the last 2 or 3 hours. We're seeing a few lightning strikes down by the Keys. Other than that, it's light to moderate rainfall, some nice drenching rains that we really could use, particularly this time of year when we're kind of in that dry brush fire season. So looking good out there. We've been seeing these showers developing in the Gulf and then moving onshore, moving from the west toward the east. They really don't need much more rain on the east coast of Florida, but we are certainly welcoming the rainfall here, and it's nice light rainfall going to be soaked up overnight. So this is exactly what we need. Even starting to become a little bit lighter. We saw some moderate rainfall move over the Lee Island coast a little while ago. Bonita, San Carlos Park, even this this thunderstorm moving across Clewiston. Now the lightning has settled down, and again, just some light rain, but it's going to be consistent for the next couple of hours, and some rainfall in the forecast tomorrow as well. Temperatures certainly on the muggy side. We're at 79 degrees still. Marco Island 78 in Naples, and that's even our rain-cooled temperatures, so it is certainly warm out there. Stationary frontal system just kind of draped across central Florida. Winds in the upper levels, mid-levels coming in from the west. So that's keeping this west to east flow consistent. A lot of low-level moisture out there as well. And then we're getting a little bit of energy from this stalled frontal system. So we're going to have those showers continuing through the day tomorrow as well. Models not in very good agreement at all just over the last couple of days. So we are seeing some spotty showers by 5 o'clock tomorrow. With this onshore flow overnight tonight, we can't rule out the possibility for some rainfall first thing in the morning, possibly if winds do settle down a little bit, some patches of fog out there. So we're looking at some spotty showers. They will continue. And then again, the models are indicating that tomorrow afternoon through the evening, we're going to be dry. Not necessarily true. We will see some showers developing across the area. And then the models are picking up on some energy moving through, looks like Thursday afternoon and into late Thursday. So we'll continue to watch that for you. But again, just a very unsettled weather pattern tonight and over the next couple of days. So you're really going to have to stay tuned as it's going to be consistently changing. Mostly cloudy. It's going to be cloudy tomorrow. Some peaks of sunshine out there. Scattered rain, not many storms because we will see so much cloud cover out there. Temperatures are going to be a few degrees below where we have been seeing them because of all the cloud cover and all the rain. So mid and maybe some upper 80s across the area. Beaches, you'll see the showers washing ashore overnight tonight into the first part of tomorrow as well. For the boaters, northeasterly winds about 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop on the bay and inland waters. Next couple of days, very unsettled. Friday, a few showers in the afternoon, and as we get into Saturday and Sunday, we could see a few isolated showers, but mostly sunny skies and temperatures on the warm side. And that is your Storm Patrol forecast.
Roseanne Barr in pain, the life-altering condition she's treating with marijuana. Plus, the outgoing host of The Daily Show now announcing his departure date, when Jon Stewart is finally leaving the Comedy Channel. Next.
Only one newscast good enough to be considered the best. Emmy winner for Best Newscast in Florida. Fox 4 News at 10. The only station, the only news team. Only one newscast good enough to be considered the best. Emmy winner for Best Newscast in Florida. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10.
Get a Busch Gardens Fun Card. Pay for a day, dive all year. Thrill all year. Roar all year. Pay for a day, play all year. Only at Busch Gardens. Visit buschgardens.com for details. Restrictions apply.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge all across America.
I feel like I'm in a race car.
Check out the new Focus and find out why Ford is the brand more people buy and buy again.
EPA estimated rating 42 miles per gallon highway. Ooh, I need that. The control's amazing. It makes me feel safe.
This is the future, and this is Ford, and they are way ahead of the game.
Now get a Focus for $159 a month with $22.34 cash due at signing. Plus current lessee $17.34 cash due at signing at your South Florida Ford store.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today, while others go in circles and repeat themselves, we choose to carve our own path in the pursuit of exhilaration. The 306 horsepower Lexus GS. Experience the next level of performance, and there's no going back. Lease the 2015 GS 350F Sport with complimentary navigation system for these terms. See your Lexus dealer.
With the dog as a partner, I've got to be up on my voice commands. That's why Xfinity's new voice remote is perfect for me. Find cop shows. I just say it and I see it. Finding my shows has never been easier. Watch Top Chef. The new X1 voice remote from Xfinity is coming soon. Perfect for people who want entertainment the easy way.
Hi, I'm Bob Germain, and right now, Germain Toyota in Naples, we're having our not quite end of season sale. Right now, this Toyota Camry is
Actually, it's a Corolla, sir.
This is a Corolla?
Yes, and right now you can get one for $13,990 or $69 a month with 3 years all-inclusive maintenance and a lifetime warranty.
So if you're still here, don't miss the not quite end of season sale.
At Germain Toyota of Naples or GermainToyotaofNaples.com.
It really is a Corolla, huh?
Get breaking news and weather alerts sent right to your inbox. Sign up now at fox4now.com.
Just one day after saying dissatisfaction is why he decided to stop hosting The Daily Show, Jon Stewart has now said August 6th is going to be his last show. He made the announcement at the end of his show last night, and as usual, the news was mixed with some laughs. He jokingly promised that he'd shower and wear a suit for the last show, and then he backtracked and said he'd wear overalls and skip the shower. No word on when the new host, Trevor Noah, is actually going to start on the show. Actress Roseanne Barr telling the Daily Beast she's going blind. She's 62 years old now. She's got macular degeneration and glaucoma, and she says that smoking pot helps relieve the pressure for her eyes. As for a Roseanne reboot, she says she's not making any promises, but she has thought of that idea, quote, 1,000,000 times. All new next on Fox 4 News at 11, Raw Retail. What a woman was not wearing when she smashed her car into this department store. Buggy break. What a suspected shoplifter used as a getaway vehicle. Creepy or cute? The rare deformity that saved this lucky lamb from the dinner table. All new next on Fox 4 News at 11.